From some massive warnings for Dogecoin and other cryptos and huge price predictions to all the latest data and updates, some big things are happening right now, so let's talk about it. So first of all, we are now seeing that the overall crypto market witnessed a huge sell-off recently, and this sell-off brought the overall crypto market back near the $1.8 trillion market cap. We can see here that Bitcoin is trading near the 40K mark, Ethereum is back near the 3K mark, Dogecoin has also fallen below 14 cents, and other cryptos have also witnessed significant losses. So we are now seeing that after a strong show in March and early April, the crypto market has come under severe pressure. Investors are keen to move their funds to risk-averse assets as inflation numbers are soaring high and the Fed is all set to tighten market liquidity with interest rate hikes. Meanwhile, just recently, White House Secretary Jen Psaki said that the March inflation numbers could be extraordinarily elevated, calling it the Putin price hike. During her address to reporters, Psaki said that we expect March CPI headline inflation to be extraordinarily elevated due to Putin's price hike. We expect a large difference between core and headline inflation, reflecting the global disruptions in energy and food markets. And as per the market expectations, the inflation numbers could soar to 8.4%, making a 4-decade high. However, if the actual number turns higher, we can expect a steeper correction in the crypto market. Seeing this, crypto market analyst Lark Davis wrote that tomorrow's bad inflation data could already be priced in after the warning from the White House, that is, if it is only like 8.5%. But if it is anything over 9%, then we are probably heading lower, as that is worse than the market expects. We can see here that on-chain data provider Sentiment reports that there's growing FUD in the crypto market, especially around Ethereum. It also notes that this might create some buy-the-dip opportunities. Sentiment said that there is a whole lot of bearishness circulating in crypto circles as market caps continue to drop following the incredible March. Ethereum, in particular, has seen a ton of FUD even prior to its price rally, and buy-the-dip opportunities may arise. On the other hand, the co-founder of crypto exchange platform BitMEX thinks that Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and the stock market are hurtling toward a major price crash. In a new essay, Arthur Hayes says the Federal Reserve and other central banks around the world are combating inflation by tightening monetary conditions. According to Hayes, the hawkish stance of the central banks around the world does not bode well for the Nasdaq 100, which is highly correlated to Bitcoin and Ethereum. He said that global growth will decline on higher commodity prices driven by the continuation and possible escalation of the Russia and Ukraine war. This, in absence of accommodative central banks, will also weigh negatively on stocks, and NDX will fall and so will crypto. Hayes predicts that Bitcoin will crash to 30K and Ethereum will plummet to 2.5K by the end of the second quarter of 2022. So what we are now seeing is that inflation is expected to break previous records. As a result, the Fed is going to become more hawkish on its monetary policies. And while it is already spreading FUD in the market, it can also lead to another massive crash for the crypto market. And now, let's see what is happening with Dogecoin. So Doge may have seen a major boost after Elon Musk floated the idea of bringing it into the Twitter payments ecosystem. It even surged by around 8% after the news, but it has since fallen sharply from that pump. We know that Elon Musk is one of the most influential voices in crypto and tech. When he floated the idea that Dogecoin could be included as part of the Twitter payments ecosystem, the price surged. Musk is, after all, the largest shareholder of Twitter. But it turns out this pump was short-lived as investors confronted the technical indicators. As a result, Doge fell by almost 16%. But crucially, Doge has managed to stay well above its 100-day simple day moving average of 13 cents. This level has proved to be strong support, and it is unlikely Doge will breach it. So once Doge consolidates around this price, we can expect bulls to push further towards the 200-day SMA. While it is too early to say if it's possible to breach the 200-day SMA in the near term, a short bull run could still be a great win for bulls. So this means that even when Doge has plummeted recently, its technicals are showing great strength. Meanwhile, we are now seeing that crypto analyst Rekt Capital is getting bullish on Dogecoin. Rekt Capital brings up Dogecoin and says that Doge could rally to nearly 28 cents. He said that Doge is still in the process of reclaiming the 14 cents range low as support. That said, if it reclaims that range as support, Doge will have confirmed a return to this 4 to 4% wide range. Now, another very bullish news for Dogecoin is that it now has more total holders than Bitcoin and Ethereum does in the United States. Well, this is indeed massive news since it is now clear that Doge has outperformed both Bitcoin and Ethereum in the US, and this clearly means that its adoption is rising with a far greater rate compared to other cryptos. And with this rising number of Doge holders, we can expect its price to get some stability in the long term. All in all, what we are now seeing is that despite this recent crash, the long-term outlook of Doge is still bullish and we can expect some big moves from it in the near future. And now, let's come to Bitcoin for a minute. So Bitcoin is currently hovering around the 40K price level after the latest drop where it even went close to the 39K level. It appears like Bitcoin risks an additional slide to 37K since there are prospects of some panic selling in the coming days owing to all this FUD in the market and also the upcoming CPI report. However, the good thing is that if buyers seek to protect this important support of 40K from here, things can get better for Bitcoin and it may avoid another sell-off from here. Meanwhile, crypto strategist Don Alt is saying that Bitcoin's price action resembles the market top of November 2021 and is ready for another deep retracement. He is saying that bears have taken control of Bitcoin after bulls failed to push the market higher despite large purchases from MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor and Terra founder Do Kwon. He thinks the assumption has to be this is bearish and this is going to go down because we had a bunch of good news. We had a bunch of altcoins go up, which is really interesting. This is because this seems to be the case all the time when we have these breakouts where people get excited and start buying altcoins instead of Bitcoin and Ethereum. According to the crypto strategist, technically, we should be bearish. Our invalidation is in the 47K, and our target should be the range low, which is 33K. On the other hand, it appears that Bitcoin is going to avoid such a massive crash. So popular crypto analyst Tech Dev is saying that an on-chain indicator with a track record of calling tops and bottoms is strongly suggesting that Bitcoin is in for significant price appreciation. Tech Dev is saying that he's watching Bitcoin's dormancy flow metric, which measures the average number of days that coins have remained untouched. According to him, the periods between dormancy flow exiting the green zone and the 3-week bullish vortex cross have offered some of the best buy opportunities for Bitcoin over the last 10 years. And this means that Bitcoin is actually getting ready for a massive breakout. Moving on, we are seeing that blockchain analytics firm Sentiment says that Bitcoin whales are being outnumbered by other crypto investors in terms of volume by a historical margin. Sentiment says that Bitcoin transactions exceeding 100K are now at levels not seen in nearly a decade. Interestingly, Sentiment's findings match up with analysis from other blockchain sleuths, including popular on-chain analyst Willy Woo. Woo previously pointed out a steady decline in the participation of Bitcoin whales as Bitcoin gradually gets distributed to new, smaller participants. So this is another bullish indicator as it is now clear that small investors are now also buying Bitcoin and its concentration of holders is now expanding. Meanwhile, the co-founder of leading analytics platform Glassnode says higher prices for Bitcoin are inevitable as Bitcoin leaves exchanges at historic levels. Jan Aleman is saying that he's looking at Bitcoin's net unrealized profit to loss metric to determine whether market participants are in a state of profit or loss. According to Aleman, Bitcoin is long-term bullish as the metric is in an uptrend, suggesting investors are taking profits at a slower rate than the growth of the market. The Glassnode executive also points to the rising trend where market participants are holding or saving Bitcoin instead of unloading their stacks. So this means that the selling pressure on Bitcoin is fading and things are getting bullish for it. And now, let's come to Ethereum for a minute. So we are seeing that ETH is currently selling around the 3K price level amid this recent market sell-off. Overall, the present trajectory for Ethereum is looking fairly gloomy as its technicals have turned bearish. However, the long-term outlook of Ethereum is still very bullish. This is because some huge projects are on cards for it, including the upcoming merge. And it appears that investors are waiting for these projects. So we should expect Ethereum to trend positively in the long term. And now coming back to Dogecoin, it is expected that due to all this FUD in the market, Doge may witness another sell-off in the coming days. However, we have just seen that things are still pointing towards a massive breakout for it in the following days. In any case, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section below.